This is a local Memphis Live special presentation. Mississippi Department of Rehabilitation Services.
Good morning and thank you for joining us for this special edition of Local Memphis Live. Coming up on today's show, as you just heard, it is all about Mississippi Department of Rehabilitation Services. We're showing you how they are helping Mid-Southerners with disabilities get work. It is all about abilities work. That's what it's called. We're going to delve deep into the program and how they're using cutting-edge technology to help moms, dads, even kids with disabilities in Mississippi and far beyond the Magnolia State gain mobility. Plus, MDRS is helping local employers in a big way in how you can purchase products made locally and made by folks inside this amazing organization. First, though, we're going to kickstart things. Living in the Mid-South, the chances of you knowing someone with a disability are quite likely. Joining us this morning is the main guy who's going to walk us through today. Yeah. You're going to be our train conductor, so to speak, our leader. You are with MDRS. Welcome this morning,
thank you so much.
Thank you.
Amy, thank you for having me. I'm excited to be here.
Absolutely. Well, we are thrilled to have you because I tell you what, this organization is so wonderful. It is so many layers. Tell us about your services, first of all,
I'll tell you, statewide, we serve about 100,000 Mississippians a year. That's
wow.
100,000 Mississippians a year come through one of our 4 programs seeking services.
That's amazing.
You mentioned, basically some of our vocational programs.
Okay.
And these are individuals who have a disability and want to go to work. They come to one of our offices, sit down with a counselor and say, I have a disability and I have an employment goal. I want to get out there. I want to be a taxpayer. I want to, earn my own money.
Absolutely.
So it's such a great opportunity to provide those services to help individuals find that full-time employment.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah, now something else we do, we also do what we call special disability programs.
Okay.
And these are individuals who have a significant disability. These are folks basically that can't take care of themselves.
Wow.
A lot of times those individuals are faced with having to live in a nursing home. So through our programs, we can provide personal care attendant services to help those families, to help them, live at home with their families.
Wow.
Our whole goal
keep them where they know
is to keep families together.
Inclusion,
right.
too.
Yes, ma'am. That's right.
That's amazing. And you also work, by the way, it is Mississippi MDRS, Mississippi Department of Rehabilitation Services, but you are well ingrained into Tennessee and other states and things like that because you work with Tennessee Vocational Rehab as well. Tell us about that.
Yeah, now every state has their own vocational program. So Tennessee has their own program as well. So we do partner a lot with the Tennessee, VR program. So for your listeners that live in Tennessee, I might be talking about Mississippi, but Tennessee has a program also. So
very good.
And the whole goal there, again, we're all dedicated to helping individuals reach their full potential.
Yeah, it's so awesome, and really helping businesses and people with disabilities come together.
Yes.
And that's so cool. And in fact, there's a great public service announcement that's running on this station right now that really delves into that.
Yeah, I'll tell you, we were really excited about this public service announcement. We worked with a company in Ridgeland to create this commercial. And it really covers a lot of the different areas where we see individuals who may get hurt later in life.
Okay.
Some people think disability, someone's born with it. Well, sometimes an individual is born with a disability, but sometimes they obtain their disability later in life.
Yes, I had a friend in college, and bless his heart and soul, went on spring break, dove into the ocean head first, paralyzed, neck down. That's what we're talking about.
And that's what we're talking about in Mississippi. We're such a warm weather state that, folks are outside all the time. They might be deer hunting. We see deer hunting accidents. Folks riding four-wheelers. Sometimes we see ATV accidents. Texting and driving is horrible. So many people text and drive. And as a result, we see a lot of car accidents. So there's a lot, and like you mentioned, diving. We do see individuals who encounter diving accidents.
Yeah, in fact, let's take a look at that public service announcement right now.
And now an injury on the field. You hate to see one like this. Yeah, looking at the footage, we see exactly where things went wrong. You want to avoid injury, you got to use your head out there. You got to think ahead, you got to pay attention. Folks, you can't afford to be careless. You only get one head, and it only takes one accident. Protect the head, protect the spine. You got to think ahead, you got to keep your head in the game. Keep your head in the game, Mississippi. Let's stay safe out there.
Oh my gosh, that gave me chills because as a mom, with 3 girls who never want to wear a helmet, That's why you should be wearing a helmet.
That's exactly right. That's exactly right. We go around to the schools and talk to kids about helmet safety. You know, when I was little, all we had was a bicycle and a big wheel.
Honey,
you know, that's all we had.
That's right. We didn't even wear a helmet. We didn't even care to wear a helmet, but they were not educated like we are today,
right.
Chris.
That's right. You know, now they've got, what, bicycles, hoverboards, scooters. Everything. I mean, there's everything out there that they can ride. And kids just, they think they're invincible. So they'll jump on those things and take off down the sidewalk and not think another thing about it. So, you know, we really emphasize these commercials and emphasize our message so kids and parents, you know, say, hey, put that helmet on before you get on that device.
Use your head first. We are so thrilled you are with us.
Thank you so much.
Chris, we're not going anywhere now. Oh, no, no, no. And don't you go anywhere, because coming up, we're going to show you how MDRS is partnering with major businesses, including one that you know. Oh, ladies, I know you do. It is Sephora. They are partnering with Sephora to put Mississippians back to work. We're going to delve deep into the vocational rehabilitation technology program as Local Memphis Live continues for this special edition today.
This is a Local Memphis Live special presentation. Mississippi Department of Rehabilitation Services.
Thank you for joining us for this special edition of Local Memphis Live. One of the most significant accomplishments of the MDRS over the past year has been the partnership with the beauty giant Sephora. Sephora has a distribution center in Olive Branch and works closely with the organization to provide career opportunities to individuals with disabilities. Here to tell us more about this amazing partnership, welcome this morning Chris Howard, who is back, and Sephora Program Director Billy Walker. Good morning.
Good morning.
Thank you. Welcome back.
Oh, thank you.
So, ladies first,
yes,
if you don't mind, Chris, tell us a little bit about this program. I had no idea this even existed.
We actually, I work for Ability Works actually, and I'm the program supervisor where we bring in individuals with disabilities.
Okay.
They actually come through the program of Ability Works first, and they're referred over to me, and it's a 9-week training program where they go through the training, and once they complete the training, they become a Sephora employee at that point.
Wow, how amazing this is, because I have heard doctors say, and many experts say, that working on inclusion and getting these folks with disabilities, living with disabilities, into these area businesses is key in so many things, right? Chris, you want to talk about that?
Yeah, one of the things I do want to point out, you know, with this Sephora project, and Sephora is such a great company to work with, and, you know, traditionally, nationally, you know, the turnover rate for non-disabled employees is about 20 to 40%.
Okay.
Right now, the turnover rate for individuals with disabilities at Sephora is 7%.
Oh my gosh!
So 7%. Yes. So that shows what we tell, you know, employers of, you know, we spend the money to help individuals get trained for the job, and once they gain that employment, they're not leaving. They're going to stay dedicated to the employer. They're going to work hard, and they're going to do everything they can, and we are too, to ensure they're successful.
That is amazing. Yes. And one of those very successful employees, we sat down, in fact, with 2 Mississippians who are seeing the benefits of this program. In fact, I said 1, but it's actually 2. Yes. So let's take a listen from Melinda and Xavier now.
Ability Works, if you got the potential, they will go all out the way to help you. You just gotta do your part, and they're gonna do theirs. I feel they did a real excellent job, like helping me getting here. If it wasn't for them, I wouldn't be standing here right now.
There are options out there. You just have to look for them. I didn't even know that MDRS existed until I went to a therapist, and he said, well, that's your best bet. And I said, well, okay. And I was kind of hesitant about it at first, because I thought, well, you know, I don't want to do that. I have depression. It's really not that big of a disability. They probably wouldn't accept me, but they did, and I'm so grateful. It's a wonderful company. They're very attentive to your needs, and they understand that everyone is different, and they take the time to get to know you, and on a personal level.
Wow, get to know you on a personal level, and you have experienced this on a personal level as well. Billy, tell us about that.
I grew up with, my parents both are deaf, and so I grew up seeing the struggles of them trying to find employment. My mom was never able to find employment. My dad did, and he works at the newspaper for 40 and a half years. So, and retired from there. But my mother never was able to find employment because people weren't willing to give her the chance. And so, yes, it was pretty heartbreaking. So to see Sephora be able to do that, you know, I've witnessed it. It's fantastic.
That's
to be able
amazing.
to see. Yes, it is.
And Chris, you probably hear stories like this time and time again, but I mean, for me and a lot of our viewers, I'm sure it's almost gut-wrenching to hear that someone would not be hired from a disability, but unfortunately in 2019 it happens. And your company has played such a role in helping to make that happen, as well as Sephora. Has to warm your heart.
Oh yeah. Yeah, there's one real story that really touches my heart. There's a 52-year-old gentleman who has an intellectual disability. And he was on the video for Sephora, and basically all his life he was told he would never do anything more than clean toilets. Imagine that. Imagine having a disability and being told the most you ever do is clean toilets. Well, because of the partnership we have with Sephora, and through Billy's hard work at, in training these individuals to help them get ready for, employment with Sephora, he now has a full-time job, full-time pay, full-time benefits.
Oh my God.
Now has his own apartment, and really has an awesome future to look forward to. And, that never could have happened possibly without the work that our agency does and the great partnership we have with Sephora.
Yeah, and the Ability Works program just makes that possible.
I also have 4 trainers that work with them on the floor to keep them, to make sure they're doing what they need to be doing constantly on the floor.
And talk about that a little bit.
For the 9 weeks that they're in the training program, the trainers actually work with them to get them to meet production, because they do meet the standards of the Sephora employees. And so to be able to meet that production standard, they actually, the trainers work with them to make sure that they're able to do the job functions.
That's amazing. Chris, that's just great. That is just so fabulous. It's wonderful, and it's just one of many arms, so to speak, of this organization. Thank you so much, Billy, for joining us. Chris, you're with us throughout the morning. But let's tell you, again, if you are just now tuning in, you will want to be with us throughout this show, of course, because it is all about 1 hour of special coverage for this amazing organization. It's the Mississippi Department of Rehabilitation Services, and coming up, right here on Local Memphis Live, we're going to show you how they are using cutting-edge technology to help disabled Mississippians gain mobility. In fact, we are going to introduce you to this man. He is a dad. He is a Mississippian, Bryce Alexander. How he has teamed up with MDRS, and his way of life has been forever changed. Stay with us. Local Memphis Live continues after a short break.
This is a Local Memphis Live special presentation. Mississippi Department of Rehabilitation Services.
Thank you so much for joining us. I am Amy Spiropoulos, and this is a special edition of Local Memphis Live. It is with the Mississippi Department of Rehabilitation Services, where they offer opportunities for independence. In fact, we want you to know all about this organization, and they are doing such fabulous work in and around the Mid-South. That is exactly why we've teamed up with them, to give them this entire hour of this show to show you the many opportunities and the reason you need to get involved in this organization. You can find them on Facebook, you can follow them on Twitter, or find them on YouTube. And just to remind you, you can give them a call at any time of the day at 1-800-443-1000, or you can go to their website. It is www.mdrs.ms.gov. Now, thanks to his own grit and determination, and with a little help, of course, from MDRS, the next gentleman you're going to meet, Bryce Alexander. He not only received the equipment that he so desperately needed to land his dream job, he also received the gift of being able to stand tall. Oh, this is going to break your heart and warm your heart at the same time. Take a look and listen.
It's phenomenal. I mean, if you'd have told me 5 years ago I'd be standing up today, I wouldn't have believed you. I didn't think the technology was there. I didn't think the opportunity was there 5 years ago, 10 years ago, 19 years ago, but I had no idea that it was there. So you got to keep your eyes open to what's around you and look for the possibility. It's there. You just got to look for it. And I did, and I got it. And now I'm sitting in a chair that stands me up. I'm 6'3" again when I want to be, and that's a pretty awesome feeling. I'm no longer the short guy in the room.
He has been a paraplegic for 19 years, but Bryce Alexander chooses to live life to the fullest. When he was 22 years old and living in Ohio, Bryce was in a truck accident that left him with a broken back. He never walked again. As he started the journey of rehabilitation, Bryce battled thoughts of depression and despair. He says his motivation to live came from his little boy.
Yeah, here's this little one-year-old little boy, and he crawled up to my lap, and I looked down at him, and the first thought that I got was, if I give up now, it's the only thing I'm going to ever teach this kid. And that kind of changed things for me, because I did want to give up. I left the hospital. I had no intentions of doing anything. I really wanted to give up. It sucked. I lost everything, and at least I felt that way. So that changed things. The kid kind of saved my life.
Bryce moved to Goshen, Mississippi a couple of years ago to avoid the Ohio winters. When he decided to go back to school, the Mississippi Department of Rehabilitation Services worked with him to get the equipment he needed for his dream job as a precision machinist.
He came to us and he told me about his vocational goal, which he selected as to be a machinist. And he had already did the research on this school that he wanted to go to, which is Mississippi Gulf Coast over in Jackson County. Got the chair order for him and everything. And unfortunately, I was out of the office. I was out doing PR at the time, but he showed up and my assistant texted me saying that he was here showing off his chair, and he was just beaming. And took a little short video of him and texted it to me, and I was just like smiling from ear to ear, you know.
The request for a stand-up wheelchair was a first for Diane.
People tend to want, you know, the wheelchair with all the bells and whistles and just anything you can get, you know, and not Bryce. He was like, nope, I don't want a mechanical, I do not want a mechanical chair. I want a manual chair, so if it breaks, I can fix it. So I was like, there you have it right there. So, and he's very self-sufficient, and it tells me a lot about him, you know, when he made that comment.
Bryce is very thankful for the opportunity for independence provided by the Mississippi Department of Rehabilitation Services.
Thank you. Seriously, from the bottom of my heart, thank you so much. It's not hard to shed a couple tears of joy for it. Seriously, the day I got the chair, I mean, it's a whole different level of things that I get to do now that I couldn't do before.
Yay, look, yay. Standing tall again. Yay.
Oh my gosh, a whole different level of things he gets to do now. Look at that, that is amazing. Services are individualized and very specific to the needs of each client, just like Bryce mentioned there. The best way to get started is to contact a vocational counselor in your area. You can do that by contacting him MDRS counselor, or by calling 1-800-443-1000 or visiting their website, or find the office nearest you. This special edition with Mississippi Department of Rehabilitation Services continues. Coming up, we're going to show you how MDRS is helping local employers in a big way. The story of Pauline Orr is after the break. But first, a look at your top news stories on this Hump Day.
This is a local Memphis Live special presentation. Mississippi Department of Rehabilitation Services.
Today we want to highlight how Mississippi Department of Rehabilitation Services works with local businesses to help Mississippians with disabilities get a head start. Here to tell us more about it, welcome again Executive Director Chris Howard and Business Development Representative Cameron Stubbs. Good morning to you, gentlemen. Thank you for being with us.
Thank you for having us.
Absolutely. And Cameron, let's just start with you, if you don't mind. Do you mind, Chris?
Not at all.
I just want to hear your story, first of all, because I do think it is very compelling and really more commonly heard than we even want to believe or care to believe. Tell us about it.
Well, like your friend mentioned earlier, in college, I was a senior at Ole Miss and went on a spring break trip with a lot of my friends.
Most of us do, yes.
Sure. And actually, we went to the Bahamas, and I was there with probably 12 to 13 of my closest friends in school. Right. I'm 6'5", and I dove into a 3-foot pool. I did not know it was 3 feet deep. But yeah, that was March 10th of 2003, almost 16 years ago. I broke my neck at C7, so I'm what I consider a quad, because I have all 4 extremities affected. Wow. But through vocational rehabilitation and Mississippi Department of Rehab Services, they kind of helped me figure out how to make this work, how to be successful. Yeah. And we've been pushing forward ever since.
And when you say make it work, be successful, I mean, and we say, you know, that was 16 years ago, but it is still very clear in your mind.
Absolutely.
I mean, truly.
It's a constant adjustment. Yeah. You've got to be willing to put yourself out there. Yeah. Which is a scary and somewhat difficult thing for most people with disabilities, is to be able to kind of go outside yourself, see what you're capable of.
Absolutely. And just like you have worked with so many others, every program is individualized. Right. Talk a little bit about that.
I mean, you know, it's all based on the person.
Yes.
You know, like we talked about during the break, you know, you may have 2 individuals who are blind.
Absolutely.
Well, just because they're both blind doesn't mean they need the exact same services.
Right, right.
So everyone's different. Everyone has their own fears. You know, individuals who gain a disability later in life are fearful at times. Sure. So they have the same fears, have the different fears and different needs, and through our vocational programs, they may have a different vocational goal. Yeah. So it's very individualized what we do. We sit down with the individual, talk to them, do some counseling and guidance, create a plan, and really work through that plan to help that individual.
Yeah, and you are now with the Office of Business Development. How cool is that? So you kind of feel, do you kind of feel a little bit like you've come full circle?
Absolutely, yeah. I feel right at home, and really honing my craft, and it's been a great opportunity.
That is amazing, and you have really been vocal about this program, and even appeared on several PSAs, right?
Sure, absolutely, yes ma'am.
That's amazing. That is so incredible. And in fact, speaking of his story, we just sat down with a business owner to hear about the many benefits from working with this great organization and their individuals with disabilities. Let's now hear from CC Shabazz.
The way they set things up is just like we had a trial period where she was able to come on as an intern. We did not have to pay for anything, so that was a fantastic opportunity for us. She had a training session with one of our web developers here, and then we got to try her out. During that time, she excelled in every project that we put her up to. So that was amazing for us. So the work opportunity tax credit is a fantastic opportunity for us. It enabled employers like ourselves to take advantage of hiring and maintaining employment for veterans and individuals who have some employment barriers, and Pauline so happened to qualify for that. What it did was gave us, I want to say that 40% of the first $6,000 that she made with here was a tax credit for us. So again, just hiring her, not only did we get this fantastic employee who kind of keeps us in shape and organized and has us eating right and following processes, we also got this this opportunity to take advantage of something that we didn't even know existed for our company.
So cool. It didn't even know existed for our company. Tell us a little bit about how that happened, how you went through that. It was called a different name.
Sure. It used to be called Ticket to Work, and basically that's just assigning your opportunity to go to work. It gives the business owner a tax credit. I think vocational rehab clients get up to $2,400 towards their employer for a tax credit. We're also promoting the diversity and inclusion. We're sending job-ready candidates to employers who won't have to train them. In the event our clients need additional training, we provide job coaches, all free of charge.
That's amazing. Wow.
Internships as well. And an internship, basically, we're going to take care of the salary. We want our clients to get good experience in real hands-on situations.
That's amazing. Wow.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, and I know you've probably heard this time and time again, but I mean, for those of us who this is new to, it is really opening a whole new world, and what an amazing world to be a part of.
Right. Yeah, I mean, we just want to do everything we can to help the employer, you know, work with an individual with a disability. Yeah. So like Cameron mentioned, you know, we can provide job coaches, You know, sometimes we provide on-site training like Billy mentioned earlier.
Absolutely.
Assistive technology. If an individual needs assistive technology, we can purchase that. So there are a lot of things we can do to partner with the businesses to help the businesses with training and getting that individual ready for that full-time career.
That's incredible. Thank you so much, guys, for joining us this morning. And another reason that we are teaming up with Mississippi Department of Rehabilitation Services, for short, MDRS. You can get in touch with them. It's Opportunities for Independence. They're on Facebook, they're on Twitter, they're on Instagram. Coming up, a new part of the program that is helping Mississippians with disabilities get gainful employment opportunities. It is the Ability Works program. We're going to delve into that after the break.
This is a local Memphis Live special presentation. Mississippi Department of Rehabilitation Services.
MDRS has 15 community rehabilitation centers known as Ability Works, with offices throughout the state. 3 of them right down the street: Olive Branch, Oxford, and Tupelo. These facilities provide vocational assessments, job training, and actual work experience. Back to tell us more about how it works, Chris Howard, and joining us new, Tracy Hester. Good morning.
Good morning.
You. Ladies first. Thank you, my friend. Yes, we always shake hands and hug, and of course. And so, ladies first. Tell us a little bit about how this program works.
Well, what we are is we're a work training program. So we provide different vocational assessments for our clients.
Awesome.
On the job training, just to help these individuals gain that self-confidence that they need. A lot of our clients that are coming in have never worked before, and so the first thing we want to do is to give them the confidence that they need, that they can succeed. So we want them to trust us.
Absolutely. Trust us in life, trust them on the job, and that is key, I would imagine.
Yes. It is key, and a lot of ours will come not knowing what they want to do. So some of the assessments that we do is like a vocational interest inventory to help them determine what they want to do.
Sure.
And then we go on further from that and even go into the workshop where we will provide that on-the-job training.
That is so cool, and this is actually some video of one of the businesses that does that. And Chris, what's being done at Ability Works across the state and really far beyond, right?
Right. Oh, yeah. Yeah, each facility is responsible for getting their own contracts.
Okay.
So what they do is they partner with employers in that area, or really across the country, depending on where the business is.
Okay.
Tracy is doing, she's working on dog beds.
Oh my gosh.
And it's really a cool thing to go in the facilities, and like on Tracy's team, she has evaluators, instructors, production managers. I mean, we have a great group within each of these Ability Works who are there with the individuals day in, day out, helping them, what we say, learn the hard skills and the soft skills.
Soft skills, yeah, which is so great because, I mean, as a mom of 3 girls, sometimes in school they're not even teaching those skills anymore, you know?
Exactly. You know, and we even go beyond, do like mock interviews. We have someone that we may help them find the appropriate outfit to go, and then we'll do a mock interview so that when they go for that first interview, they already have some kind of confidence about themselves.
That's incredible. And in fact, we brought 3 of the products that this was totally news to me and was so wonderful because, I mean, you know, we're all about, and we talk about particularly on this show, supporting local businesses, shopping local and all that stuff. Well, these are examples of ways folks can do that.
Exactly. We've got several items that we brought with us. The dog bed on the floor right there, those are made at Tupelo Ability Works. So that is sold at over 1,500 Bed Bath & Beyonds in the United States.
And I know there's a Bed Bath & Beyond in your backyard because they're everywhere.
And so our clients who have disabilities, they'll go into a store and will be so excited and come back and tell us, we found the dog bed that we made.
Oh my gosh.
On the table, we've got some crab traps. That is from our Gulf Coast. Ability Works. Those are sold in Casabella's, Bass Pro Shop, Academy Sports.
That's so cool.
We have a picture frame that is made at our Laurel Ability Works, and that is sold at the Home Goods. And then if you've ever heard of the Grassroots candles, those are made at our Columbus Ability Works, and they're sold in boutiques all over as well.
That is so cool.
And it's made with individuals who have disabilities. So the pride that they see when they're working, if you could ever have a chance to come to an Ability Works, take a tour to see our clients working. It's unbelievable. It really is. So what
that is, and the pride we can get, Chris, when we buy those items.
That's right. That's exactly right.
Yes. Oh my gosh, it is Ability Works, resources that work for Mississippians. For more information, thank you so much for joining us, Tracy. Chris, so this is just fabulous. For more information on the Office of Vocational Rehabilitation, you can give them a call at 662-890-6964 or go to their website. Again, that is www.mdrs.ms.gov. Again, give them a call, 1-800-443-1000. Coming up, we spotlight a new campaign designed to help keep your teenagers safe this prom season. You know, it'll be here before we know it. Stay with us. This special edition of Local Memphis Live continues after a short break.
This is a Local Memphis Live special presentation. Mississippi Department of Rehabilitation Services.
As prom season approaches, every parent will worry about the safety of their teenager when it comes to driving. That is why the Mississippi Department of Rehabilitation Services is partnering with our friends at the Mississippi Highway Patrol and Families First on a prom campaign targeted to junior and high school seniors this year. Welcome back, Chris Howard, Executive Director. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
And I tell you what, my kids are not prom age yet, but I already have the most fear. You know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
I mean, because when they leave, it's just like, please, oh my gosh. And that's one of the many reasons you guys are doing this.
That's right. Yeah, I have a 24 and a 21-year-old, so you know, I've been through that. Yeah. Yes. Every time they left to go out in that car, I would be up till midnight, 1 o'clock waiting for them to get home because I worried about them. And I'll tell you, through our agency, we administer the Spinal Cord and Head Injury Trust Fund. The way that's funded is like moving violations, DUIs, things like that. Part of that ticket that those individuals pay go into a trust fund.
Wow.
And then we are responsible for also through that trust fund doing public awareness. And have done such things in the past as like concussions, texting and driving.
Wow.
But last year we came across the Prom campaign. Our Director of Communications and our Director of Special Disability Programs came up with this idea, and it's such a great idea. I mean, it's such a great campaign to really raise awareness and to partner with Highway Patrol and Families First to really get the message out as much as we can. Because I'll tell you, the statistic that really hit me last year was they say prom and graduation night are the two deadliest nights for young adults. That 2,000 kids every year die on one of those two nights. So as a parent of two, I couldn't imagine that knock at the door.
Yeah.
So when this came to our attention last year of doing the Prom campaign, which Prom stands for Please Return on Monday.
Wow.
We really felt passionate about that, and we really are working hard to raise awareness to parents and to kids.
Yeah.
You know, because
the kids. I'm so glad you mentioned that, because the kids sometimes they just, like you said earlier, they think they're invincible.
That's right. That's right. And we're trying to tell, you know, if you're riding in a car, somebody's been drinking, take the keys away from them.
Yes.
You know, if your date is driving and they've got that cell phone, take the cell phone from them and say, you can have it back when we get to prom.
Right.
And, you know, we're also telling parents, too. You know, parents ask those questions. Who are you riding to prom with? You know, where are you going to be? You know, parents have a responsibility, too. And, as a parent, you know, I had a responsibility, too, to say, all right, Taylor, all right, Barrett, where are you going to be tonight? Who are you riding with? What are you going to be doing?
Yeah.
So it's really raising awareness to the parents and also the kids.
Absolutely. It is a fabulous program. Prom, what does that stand for? Oh, please return on Monday. Please return on Monday. I mean, you can't ever say it enough.
That's exactly right.
That's wonderful. Stay with us. We're going to wrap up this special edition of Local Memphis Live. Again, remember, it's easy to remember. Please return on Monday. This is a special edition with the Mississippi Department of Rehabilitation Services. We're back after a short break.
This is a Local Memphis Live special presentation. Mississippi Department of Rehabilitation Services.
Thank you so much for joining us for this special hour-long edition of Local Memphis Live with Mississippi Department of Rehabilitation Services. And thank you to the fine folks at MDRS. You can contact them at the number on your screen. It's 1-800-443-1000, or look them up at their website, mdrs.mississippi.ms.gov. Thanks so much for joining us. The View is next.